did that. Boom. So 382. So here you go. So I mean, I think that Naked performs with regards to its Fibonacci sequences, the levels it goes from one to the other and bounces between. I think it's very similar to GME. And although the charts look different, then they do look different. Then they've got nowhere near the same, like the price action is not doing anything like a similar thing with regards to long term, right? This is still at real lows. I think GME and Naked have got a lot more in common than some people might imagine. Anyway, I don't want to encourage people to put money into things that aren't GME full stop, but I have to trade other things to live my life, right? Until such times as if, right? And I go by the grace of God, right? In no way do I demand or expect it to happen. But if YouTube somehow manages to like start funding all my bills, and until such times I have to trade to live, right? It's how I live my life. So, and like I don't expect YouTube to do that, and I don't expect to be here forever, right? But as long as it lasts, I'm really grateful for it. And so I have to trade things. One of the things I trade is this, right? I think it's a really good trade. That doesn't mean to say that I have to take profits every 5 minutes. And this is not a short-term play. So there you go, right? Now I'm not encouraging you to put money into it, but I've got targets on Naked, right? I've got cool-ass targets on Naked to kick ass. Look at Naked, man. Look at this. Look where the historical price action is on this thing, right? Now I'm telling you, it's not going bankrupt, right? Because it's made it to the list of memes, right? That will not go bankrupt, because anytime it gets ridiculously cheap, you get loads of people just buying it, like, well, here we go, a bounce again, right? And they'll paper in and out, and they'll keep doing that until people learn their lesson, right? And it has been incredibly cheap, and it's going up to incredible levels if it can recover certain parts right now. Why do I think Naked is so good? That's just a short-term trip there. We can draw that on any time, but it's because of this retracement. Take it down here. It's recovered to 236, and now it's like floating above it. And any time it does, like anything above 67, 68, that sort of thing. Right now we're at 7029. Anything above there, even if it drops below there and comes back, this is a pincer bottom. It's a W bottom. It's an inverted head and shoulders. It's all of that are reversals. All of it's on a weekly time frame, and it's holding this 236. Right. This is like, fuck yeah. This is like catnip. This is like, anyway, right? And you don't have to worry about squeezes. You don't have to think about like, oh, what effect will I have on the market by taking orders and doing X, Y, and Z. You don't have to worry about that, because this isn't how we slay the hedgies. This is like a normal enough brand with a decent, like, a lot going for it, and the charts say buy me. And you could take this trade easily, the 236, and you'll expect to go straight through there at 618, and that's at $27. So if you hear me talk about Naked and you say, Jamie says $27 and the thing's 0.704, he's crazy. It's like, cool, come and talk to me when I'm cashing in my Naked shares and tell me how crazy I am. Like, get it all the time, mate. I get that all the time. Every time I have to see a trade that I think's like a really good one, other people look at it and they're like, the fuck? And that's what it's always been like, right? I don't look for trades that everyone else is like, yeah, that's great. And that's one of the reasons why my name's Tradespotting, right? If I was just looking for things that everybody was in, and it was an obvious and it was easy, and I was only holding it for the same distance as everybody else, then I'd call myself Mr. More Normal Boring Twat. An alert on a horizontal line, and the crossing, it's fine right now. Continue anyway. Right, so there's my alert. Is it? Yeah, it's good. Bonk. You see the little alarm clock come up, which I really detest. That's not what I think about alerts. Alerts don't have to be alarming. Sirens don't have to be offensive. Things could be positive and pleasant and happy. Like, for example, the noise of an ambulance in Amsterdam. It's like, Nino, Nino, Nino. And you're like, yo, there's an ambulance. I'll get out of the way and I'll be happy. We're over here. They're like, let's deafen your child in its pram on the sidewalk and amplify the noise with the echoing off the high buildings. And we'll do it while we fly past it. Incredibly loud, noisy siren. We're not even got anyone in the back, and we're just turning it on because we're coming up to traffic lights and we want to get home for our lunch. Britain, people are not as happy as they are on the continent, I can tell you, and it affects everything. So I'm thinking 27, and that's not even crazy, right? That's just the 236 to the 618. This thing could go bonkers, man. And if this ever turns into like a really, really, really good business, these sort of targets are nothing, right? It's crazy. And the people who bought this initially, right, there's investors, there's people to go up here. Look at the size of that fucking gap. What was the market actions that caused that? And then when we know what caused this, right, all of this, 4th of September 2018, Drop. COVID strikes. People think, right, here we go, it's historic lows, we'll short this down, we'll kill this business and we'll get out of it tax-free, take our profits all the way to the bank, and then people who can't afford to invest in our type of instruments won't get rich and the rich will get richer. And look what turns out, mate, you got it in your fucking face. We're above the 236, you've done it, you've tried and you failed. And there's the volume came in subsequent to that low. The most volume you've ever seen on Naked has come in subsequent to that low. That's called starting volume, and this is a trade that will change your life potentially. Right now I make fuck all out of it. I'm not expecting people to say, whoa, look Jamie, you gave me a Naked trade and it changed my life, here's that Ferrari Aperta. Aperta. That's from GME, that's where I expect that. Pardon me, I don't expect anything. Yo, how many viewers have I still managed to maintain despite my confrontational, aggressive nature, which is like the antithesis of what people ask for on YouTube and what you're told to present. But hey, I'm being myself and fucking take that up with somebody who cares. Where is it, y'all? Why is somebody said Naked's doing well? It is doing well. Congratulations.